Now, my next guest has appeared in some of our most popular dramas, from Fat Friends to Coronation Street and Emmerdale, and now Gaynor Faye starring and directing the stage version of her late mother, Kay Mellor's The Syndicate, and she joins us now. It's so good to see you, Gaynor. This is so interesting because the TV series The Syndicate was such a huge success, so to try and adapt it for a stage, there's a certain pressure, isn't there? We all feel we kind of know the story.
Yeah, it's a huge pressure, and she wanted to revisit Series 1, which was about the two brothers, because it was such an incredible story. And so she took all the best bits out of Series 1 and put them all together and created a stage show. But I have to say, when I first read it, I was just like, this is incredible, it's brilliant. And we did lots of workshops in the early stages to make sure that it worked, and it really did.
And this, again, is just a credit to your mum's talent, Gaynor, because she was this trailblazing screenwriter. Her characters, her storylines, everything was so authentic and real. She wrote for the people, didn't she?
100%. She wrote for people, not accolades. You know, she was obsessed with people, really, really loved them, especially Yorkshire folk. But no, I mean, nationwide. She just was so observant, and the fact that she can just get humour, she can make you laugh and cry within a minute, you know, and this show does exactly that. You know, people will be watching it and laughing and then crying, and it's just so wonderful.
Yeah, incredibly powerful. And I see Fat Friends is back on Netflix again too, which, going back to that standing the test of time and with a new audience, but that was the power of your mum's writing.
Yeah, I think all her shows stand up today, you know, even Band of Gold, which we did on the stage, and The Syndicate, Fat Friends, The Chase. She's got so many in the club about pregnant ladies, you know. There's a massive catalogue of work, and we've still got some of her work that we're going to be working on.
That's brilliant. It's so good. And you're very much stepping into her shoes, of course, because you're directing this play, and this is a debut for you as well, which, you know, just adds to the pressure. But and starring in it, of course. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, I got asked very early on if we wanted to carry on doing the show, and I was like, absolutely. I've got to get my mum's work out there, keep her words alive, and people need to see her work. So I've stepped into her shoes. They're huge shoes to fill, but hopefully I'm doing all right. And we open in Richmond this week on Thursday.
And then a big tour, of course, as well, off the back of that.
Tour all over the country.
It's all happening. You're a great cast. Samantha Giles, of course, your Emmerdale buddy. So that's easy. Brooke Vincent, who we, of course, know from Corey. And your son.
My lovely son.
Your lovely son. He's up there. He doesn't call you mum whilst rehearsing.
No, he's not allowed. He gets told, he gets the mum stare if he does, you know.
It's all very professional.
Yeah, I mean, I used to call my mum Kay whenever I was on set or working with her, and so it's just for everyone else as well to feel comfortable, and not that... And he actually gets the worst from me. I'm really strict with him, and people look at going, oh, well, at least he's getting it, not me. We're having such a great time. And
but there he is, and this is a stage debut for him as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if he's up on stage, he's being directed by his mum, starring alongside his mum in a play his grandmother wrote. Like, that's quite a mix.
Multi-generational, yeah, no. Well, he was in the original lineup, so he did all the workshops, and he helped her construct the play in the first place, because they worked really closely together. He's got the writing gene. He's very, very clever and very, very funny. He's kept us all laughing in rehearsals. In fact, we've had such fun. It's not felt like work at all. It's been brilliant. We can't wait to go.
So the dynamics just work.
Yeah, and we've cast amazing people as well as actors. It was really essential that my mum loved a really happy team on TV or on stage. And so when we went into casting, it was very much, you know, a nice person, an ensemble, somebody who likes being an ensemble rather than a star.
Yes, of course.
It's essential on tour.
I was just going to say, being on the road, that's what you need. You know, you need friends with you as well, don't you? I think that's...
Friends and sons.
Yeah. It all sort of works. Have you enjoyed that sort of behind the camera as such feel then? Does it feel like a natural fit?
I've loved it, to be honest. I was daunted by it at first, but I've really enjoyed it. And then Jade, who's basically filling in for me when I'm not on stage, and she's also doing it on tour as well, a couple of times. I got her to fill in for me at the beginning, and then I had to step in, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do the acting bit now. I want to just sit here and watch everyone, and, you know. But actually, then I stepped in, and it was great fun as well. I realised that actually I would be really jealous if I wasn't on stage with them.
Exactly. And there must be emotional moments too, though, just because of the nature of what it is and the history behind the play and how much it meant to your mum.
Oh, 100%. everybody knows the importance of this stage show. It's her last stage show. And so we, you know, everybody who's on board is aware of how important this is, and I want everyone to just come and see it because it's so incredible, and it's Kay Mellor's last stage show. You know, it's huge.
It's very special. What would you do if you won the lottery?
I'd buy a Buddhist centre up north because we don't have one.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I know, we have to come down to London straight away all the time. So, yeah, for me, it would be a nice Buddhist centre.
Because that's like the 30 years, isn't it, that you've so it's just it's a way of life.
It's like brushing my teeth, you know. I know that I can wake up in a really bad life state, but actually change my life state by chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo every morning.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And something clicked straight away with it. You just felt it was very natural form.
Yeah, I mean, my friend who's a Buddhist, I did a play with her, in fact, when I first toured. And I used to look at her and go, what face cream do you use? Because you're always shining. And she'd go, no, it's not my face cream, darling, it's Buddhism. And I was like, what do you mean, Buddhism? So she told me about
Something inside.
Yeah, you just glow.
Just
it's a real shine.
You could, of course, buy an ice rink. Because you cannot come in here without me mentioning Dancing on Ice.
Oh, God.
The original champion. Yeah. I mean, that was a very precious moment with the lovely Dan.
I owe it all to Dan Whiston. I can't skate on my own. So, yeah, it was an amazing experience in my life, and I'll never, ever forget it. No. But I can't skate now.
I was going to say, have you forgotten how to skate?
Yeah, it is not like riding a bike, let me tell you that. No, I went on an ice rink and somebody was looking at me going, did she really win Dancing on Ice?
It was just a moment in time that was perfect, but maybe not again. Okay, like we say, it's the Syndicate. It's going to open at Richmond Theatre on Wednesday, and then the tour all over the UK right until the 27th of July. So, it's a good